Okay, and welcome to another battle. As you can see here, it's a 2v2 with, on this side, it's Unicorn Attack and Brain War, and upon over on this corner up here, it is Sarantosk versus Dead Aura. Well, and if you start off here, Unicorn Attack has sent down some cavalry up across here on the left hand side. Also, he's got some of his Great Guard here hidden in the trees, and also, as his Brain War up here, slowly moving his cavalry up along these trees here. As you can see, it is night time, which will give them quite limited range of sight, especially while marching through the trees until they detect hidden units. So the stealth cavalry here could come heavily into play for both sides. As you can see here, Unicorn Attack means to put him back his matchlock. They're going to be up hidden in the trees. They could either be checking for hidden units like the Whacker Raiders or bandits, or this may be part of his plan just to pull back and let them come to here. But as you can see down here on the left hand side, he is now bringing out of his Great Guard, which gives these people the ability here to see what they are doing, and they know now what units they have. Also, they know that they have more cavalry hidden in these trees here. Alright. As you can see over on this side, Sarantosk is responding to this cavalry push up on this side. He's keeping his spear unit infantry now, it's mobilizing them up to the right hand side, so he will hold back hopefully any side flanks from the cavalry that might happen. As you see, he's also averted some of his archers across for some extra range damage if they do try and charge up. And you see here, Unicorn Attack is pushing his cavalry very highly up upon their side here. So Sarantosk will have to be forced to move a lot of his units onto the right hand side to cover that side there. What we don't know is though, they could also have cavalry hidden up into these tree lines here. Like you can see again, he's now kept on moving his spear infantry across, trying to cover as much of his right hand side as he can. He needs now to be constantly aware of his cavalry upon that side. Now bringing some additional archer support against his cavalry, knowing that he doesn't really have to worry about the other side just yet. They are still quite a feet away. Over down on this side, as you can see, cavalries have now spotted each other, which will end up engaging into melee upon these tree lines here. And you see he's got some quite heavily, well, I say heavily, he's got slightly ranked up Yari cavalry and some Katana cavalry there, as you can see, against the Great Guard. The Great Guard should be able to hold their own. I'm not quite sure if they're ranked or not, because he's got the dark flag, so I'm unable to tell. But as you can see, with the speed that they are wavering already, his Great Guard are very powerful and have already taken out a very strong dose of their cavalry upon this side. So now they have to respond to this, and they'll have to now move some troops themselves up into their left hand side to try and cover that side. And as you can see, Sarantosk has been forced to move his men into a position where he has to cover everybody. And as you can see here, Unicorn Attack is now sending up his Avatar's bodyguard. With these now spread right across to the sides and now behind of their flank, and with any force if they do decide to push up, it's going to be very hard for them to hold on to all sides at once. But as you can see here, he's keeping his Yari Samurai always in front of his bow warrior monks here, which will have a great range, hopefully pick down a few of their cavalry. Since he's got his spear infantry in front, he should hold off against any additional charge. Over on this side, as you can see, Brain War is now separated his cavalry. He's got one running through the trees here. Well, as you can see, he's got a unit based down here. I believe there's actually just a horse gone astray, so he's got his main bulk up here still. As you can see here, that Dead Aura is now have to respond to this again by bringing his Yari. Yeah, he's got Yari Samurai as well. His Yari Samurai up to cover his flanks and his behind, because he now has to be very careful of the cavalry which were which Unicorn Attack has here, because he's now hidden in the trees. He has no idea where they are, but he's willing to bet they are right behind. So you can see now he's pushing up his archers, so if they do charge, he can pull back, and he's got his samurai there to help him, but also giving quite a good additional damage onto any of the cavalry which do decide to pull out. As you can see here, he's pulling up his spear infantry first, hopefully to detect some of their men when they are hit him. Back on the side, you can see that Brainwall also has cavalry right up behind their men now. So I'm going to have to be very focused upon here and try and deal with this before the main bulk of their force comes down. As you can see over here, Unicorn Attack is moving his general's bodyguard again. And they are starting to mobilise the main bulk of their force now, bringing up their archers and their guns. Still kept his melee at bay here, but he's also pushing. But Brainwall is bringing up his whole force, which should give these guys have to be on edge again. But as you can see here, that they have spotted the cavalry. They have charged out some Yari, is that? Yep, there's some Yari cavalry, which shouldn't hold hardly a well tool since they've got some Great Guard and they've got their Katana cavalry there. And as you can see, they are starting to waver. Although he does have some additional archer support, he's kept some hidden, and now he's charging, which will absolutely collide through all of those men there. He's going to have to interact with these samurai very, very quickly if he wants to keep these at bay. And you see now he's started to engage them. He's going to have to try and pull back his bows here. Well, in the meantime, now Brainwall's charging out with his cavalry on the backside here. Dead Aura is going to need to give some help in this fight, or else he's going to cut down his archers, as you can just see there. And over back on this side, as you can see, he's trying to get his cavalry away from the Yari samurai, which is very good against cavalry, as you can see, our spear infantry. They have to be very careful now of what they do. Already the cavalry has pretty much routed upon all of their archers now. It's going to give them great range support and a great range advantage up from that side when they do the head-on attack. Right, as you can see here, Unicorn Attack is now pulling his cavalry back away. In the meantime here, his Yari Samurai are going to give chase, but you shouldn't take up too long. And already you can see the Avatar General of Sarathog has been charged now. He's going to need to try and pull those back to get the Nodachi Samurai into the melee here to try and get rid of as much as they can. As you can see here, Dead Aura is now forced to bring up some of his Yari Samurai. He doesn't want to push them along too much, or else he's going to get side flanked. That's what happened to his teammate. And already he has managed to take down the Avatar's General, which is going to be a big morale shock to these people here. But as you can see, they are on Banzai, so for a short while they will have an immunity to any form of morale dropping. Though he's going to need to keep his units now very close to his teammates with the General, and Sarathog has seemed to have quit due to that fact. So you're about to see now the AI is going to change this battle, especially for Dead Aura here, quite dramatically. You can see they still have some heavy cavalry reinforcements down here. Only a few of them are hidden. You can still see his Great Guard there, and which has now disappeared. So he's now got the ability to move them in any form of stealth he wants. But the AI seem to be they seem to be reasonable on this and not going out in the charge yet. But as you can see here, Brainwall is now charging out his Great Guard into quite open view of their men. He's going to need to be careful here because he still has some Yari Samurai still around. But as you can see, he's pulled back onto the side. Great flanking tactics there, which come right to the behind of his archers, which he's going to need to move these Yari right now, or else he's going to get collide like that. Okay, as you can see there, that the Great Guard has managed to plow right into that set of archers. He can still salvage them if he decides to move them back and get a good defense up here on the Yari. But as you can see here, that Unicorn Attack is now bringing up his cavalry for a direct charge upon these archers here. Dead Aura is going to need to be a fast response here, and as you can see, he has already started that. He's bringing up his spear infantry right in front of his archers, already bracing themselves for the attack. AI component here is now starting to march up his force, and his Avatar's General has just been hit. Dead Aura seriously now needs to start trying to get these out and going. He needs to pull away his general before they die. He might be lucky enough to rout this unit of Great Guard here. His generals seem to have slightly held on, but as you can see, the Great Guard have managed to get past all the defences of the Yari Samurai here, and now just colliding down the archers, which if they with the archers gun, it'd be much easier now for Brain War and Unicorn Attack to do a very heavy ranged harassment on their lines, which is going to force them to push forward. But luckily, as you can see here, probably learned from his lesson, he is now moving his archers backwards. But with the sword infantry, as you can, are not as near as good against cavalry as the Yari. It's going to make them break through their lines very easily. And you see now and Dead Aura is now responding. Hopefully has him in a circle here, so he should be able to take them all out. Well, as you can see here, Dead Aura just said, well, good game, so I think he is giving up hope. But he has managed to break these cavalry here. Although they have collided into the Nodachi, they are starting to suffer some fatigue, so with their charge and their ability to fight will be much less. Right, as you can see here, that person's matchlock bow here is about to get charged into the lines here from the Nodachi, which should cut them up to shreds really easily. Right. Back on the side, as you can see, Dead Aura has managed to successfully rout all of the cavalry charge which happened upon them. He's now bringing up his men into the initial charge, while they are disorientated by the AI ally here. Hopefully just give them a nice charge up, but as you can see, they have lost all of their archers. They do have a couple, but as you can see, he's managed to finally break the last bit of Grey Guard, but now they have very little archer support, especially compared to Brain War and Unicorn Attack on this side. So with range alone, they've had to cut them down before any additional melee happens. Right, as you can see here, Unicorn Attack still does have his generals in the combat, but he will manage to salvage them. And you can see he is now responding to this push here with the charge of his melee. Since they both lost their general, the morale of their men is now going to drop dramatically. Some fire arrows engaged into the combat here should cut down their men there. As you can see, they are already starting to waver, and soon they will rout. They've got to be careful though of these Yari here, but they responded very quickly to that and brought up their lone sword to delay them into any combat with their archers. And with that amount of men there against them, especially sword infantry against spear infantry, it should be a very quick time before they rout. As you can see here, a big melee combat has broken off, but again with the lack of their general and with these guns as well, and the archers keep on with the fire, they are going to waver incredibly quickly. And he's just using here now as general just to rout these last few sets of archers, and that seems to be good games. Credit to Brain War and Unicorn Attack, very much so, with their use of cavalry. I do hope you enjoyed that battle. See you next time.